Hello, welcome back to the kitchen. This week we are taking a break from our regularly scheduled kitchen programming and we're actually going to listen in on Spanish Club from earlier this week where Ana teaches us how to make Mexican tortillas and salsa. So, enjoy!
Tomate, just regular tomato. So if you go to a flea market in Mexico and you want fresh tomatoes, they're going to give you this. It's also known here in the US as tomatillo. Ever heard that? Then we have our onion we're going to use, our cilantro, a garlic. Now a jitomate, or a tomatillo, usually comes in this like rough shell, and you can come fetch it if you want. Okay. It's like a papery. You can actually rip it out if you want.
And it's still tomato?
This is what's inside of it. So this is a tomate in Mexico. If you go to the flea market and ask for tomatoes, they're gonna give you this. And it originally comes in this like papery shelling that I went over in my last presentation. Inside of it, it looks like a strawberry. You wanna have like a close-up of that. You see? Kind of cool.
Whoa.
Then we got tomato, cilantro, limes, because you can never go wrong with limes. Yep.
Okay, now we got it.
So, in order to make a traditional salsa, have you guys ever made salsa?
One time.
Yeah, maybe like other salt, just tomato and like American salsa. But
Usually just blend it up in the blender.
Yes.
Use the bullet.
So, traditional salsa actually contains these.
Yes.
These are tried peppers. So, this right here, there was a chart on my last presentation. It's available online. You don't gotta watch all of it because it's pretty long. But I did show this on camera. It's a chile guajillo. So, this is like how it's spelled. And it comes from Nahuatl, which is like an indigenous language in Mexico. Chile guajillo. And then we have chile ancho, quite literally wide pepper. So, that's what it looks like. This has more of a bitter taste. This has more of a spicy kick. Do you mind spicy food?
Oh, I love spicy.
You love spicy food? Okay, so I'm gonna add 2. What do you think?
yeah, spicy's good.
Okay. So you guys are more than welcome to grab a plate each. We're gonna desvenarlos, unvein them, which sounds very violent, but it just means we're gonna take the seeds out. Thank you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the top off. Right? And once I cut the top off, and you can do that too, I'm gonna open it. Rip it. Very easy to rip. So I just take all the seeds out. Does anybody know why we take the seeds out?
No.
Because if we keep the seeds, not only will it make our dish bitter, but it will like burn your stomach because it's really spicy.
Really spicy.
Yes. I want you to put it in this pot right here.
Okay.
It's delicious already. Right here, I have chile guajillo that, thanks to them, has no seeds. Then we have a tomatillo, or a tomate, and then we have a jitomate, or just a red tomato, some onion, and chile ancho right here. This is gonna make it spicy. This is gonna add flavor. I'm actually gonna ask if you could cut me a little other piece of onion,
Yeah.
but you don't gotta dice it.
Okay. Just one big piece of onion.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna let that boil, and then we can worry about it later. We're gonna move on to the tortillas.
Sweet.
Has anybody ever made tortillas?
One time.
One time? Okay. So are you familiar with maseca, the dough?
No.
No. Okay. So this is what a lot of people use, maseca. Traditionally, you take the corn, you mull it, and you get the corn. I'm not doing that. So this is just like an instant corn dough. It's called masa, is what this dough is. So masa. And I have some backup dough that I asked my mom to make, just in case. but if you want to put your hands in there, your hands are clean. You can feel like it's a little doughy, wet.
Yeah, it's very moist.
Yes, that's kind of the consistency we're trying to achieve here. So I'm going to give you guys a bowl each. And I'll bring the water. We're going to use warm water.
Okay.
And you can fill your tortilla. Okay. And as you fill it up, I'll tell you about how many tortillas we can make.
Okay, how much should I put in there?
As much as your heart desires, I guess.
Okay.
That'll make about 1, 2, 3 tortillas. Maybe 4.
Yeah, I usually eat 3 or 4.
That's good. So the cool thing about tortillas and Mexican food is that a lot of it has like indigenous roots.
Mhm.
So in Nahuatl, tortilla is just tortilla.
Oh, that is cool.
So, and that transferred to Spanish. Yep. I'm gonna mix the meat in. Turn it off actually. It's warm. So this chicken is kind of red, and this was made in chile guajillo, which is the red pepper that you took apart. Thank you.
Yum.
Warm. Yes, it is very warm. So it is important to get warm dough because if you don't, then you're just gonna get like clumpy maseca. So if you want to pour into your bowl, I'll tell you as you go how many tortillas I think you'll make out of that.
Okay, so just dump some in.
Yep. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tortillas maybe. 6. Yep. So what we're gonna do here, and you're more than welcome to grab the little bowl, is you're gonna put a little bit of water in each yours. Yep. You want to use yours?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'll move this out so you can use your turn.
Is that enough or too much?
I think it should be enough. That's the cool thing. As you go, it'll like, the dough will let you know. That rhymes. I like it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab it as soon as the water goes in because we don't want it to clump. And you're gonna go round and round.
Oh, I
And see-
definitely need more water.
Yep. And for reference, if you want to touch this, this is the consistency you want your dough to find itself. So you're gonna add more warm water to mine. And it's little by little because you think, oh, I need like half a cup more, but it can be deceiving. So we want to pace ourselves. And yes, if you feel like it is way too doughy, put more maseca. The more tortillas, the merrier. I might just take off my glove for this one.
Yeah.
I've never made tortillas with gloves. How's it going on your end, Katie?
I feel like that's a pretty good texture.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that does look very good. Now, there is a testing technique to see if your tortilla dough, your masa, I'm going to refer to it as that, your masa is good. A little fun fact about tacos. So, there's a lot of tacos. There's chicken tacos, there's beef tacos, there's pork tacos. But one of my favorite tacos, and you have to try it, it might sound like, ew, but it's actually very good, is cow's tongue tacos. It has like a chewy consistency that melts in your mouth. And if you think hard enough that you're not eating a cow's tongue, it's actually very
actually
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we eat every other part of the cow, so.
Just a bit more. And you can actually just wet your hand instead of just pouring in it. So you don't put too much, but you put just enough. Okay, so this is the consistency you want. This is the fun part. Throw your tortilla dough. Just pound it. Go to pound down with it. Why? Because we wanted to grab these itty little bits around the bowl. Hi, welcome.
Hey, Ann.
We're making tortillas. You want to make some?
Careful, you might end up on camera.
So there is a technique, like I said, to test. So you're gonna grab a little like ball of dough that you've prepared. Take my gloves off. And if it's sticking to your hands and your hands look like this, that's great. Or if your gloves look like that. What you're gonna do, now flatten it and look at the corners. If every single corner is like this one, then it's not ready and it needs water. If it's good, then you're good. Like, this is good. You know, like, I'll compare it with the one my mom pre-made. Because she makes tortillas better than I do. To be fair, she's got like 20 years of experience on me. So, you want it to look, ooh, not like that. Hold on. Like that. Like, that's almost perfectly round. Yeah, I'd say yours is pretty good.
So
Yours might need a little more water.
what you're not going for again? What's that?
What we're not going for is if there is like, do you see these dry spikes right here that's breaking on the
Where it
end?
kind of cracks on the edge.
Yeah, we don't want any cracks at all. Like, this is okay. It's not definitely gonna break. So yeah, basically this consistency that it's like almost perfect round. That's what we were aiming for. So my water boiling. I'm gonna check my water. Oh, it started to. Fine. So this is what we're gonna use. This looks very similar to a comal, which comes from the Nahuatl word of comali, which is Nahuatl. It's just a skillet. Now traditionally, it would be like outside, it would be like on a brick stove in a big round pan, but I don't got that. So we're using that. So this is where the fun part. You guys think your dough's okay now?
Maybe.
No.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, it's a little sticky.
Yours is actually pretty good. Maybe want these like little crumbles.
This might be kind of dry.
Yeah, we might need a little
Water.
water is really good, bro. I don't know what. So what we're gonna just do right now is, in order for it to keep its freshness until that gets really hot and that boils, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. I'm gonna take a little of this masa, and I'm gonna like put it in my hands. Now, if you've got expertise, because I watch these YouTube videos of these women who live in small villages in Mexico or Guatemala, because they also make tortillas down there, and they're so good with their hands. They go like, and then they just make tortillas. I can't do that. So we have this. We're gonna put a little plastic sheet here, and after it's been rolled, beep, beep. I'm gonna mash it just a tiny bit, and put another sheet on top. Then I'm gonna push down on it, not like too hard because then it goes out. And in Mexico, the difference between tortillas from Guatemala and Mexico is that we like them thinner. In Guatemala, it would be tinier and a little more like. So this is like a play masa. I'm not gonna use this to eat since we're handling it. If you want to touch it.
And what's that machine called again?
Not quite sure. I asked my mother, and roughly translated, she said it was the machine to make tortillas.
Okay.
So
I broke it a little bit.
it's fine. It's going to trash anyway. This is just like a demonstration.
Oh man, you break it, you buy it.
Yeah. Okay, it does seem to be hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot. So I think we're good to make one. Does anybody want to go first using their dough? I want to put on your other hand right here.
Like that.
On the edge, kind of.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I probably should have showed this step. Okay. Mash. 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 A little more. When they're thinner, they're much easier to cook. So I just do this, and then traditionally you want to put it here
Okay.
in this part of your hand, and you're gonna lay it down like a blanket. The comal should be hot. You're just gonna go. And don't be scared to burn yourself.
Do you usually put some kind of oil on the griddle or just
Nope.
plain?
Just
They just
straight.
bake themselves. Yep, and you can set that down so it doesn't turn into an air bubble. Now, traditionally in Mexico, they say like you're an expert at making tortillas if when you set your tortilla down, it like
Rises up.
rises up into a bubble and then pops.
Huh.
But I don't think I've gotten to that expertise just yet. So if you want to stay over here, you're gonna like feel your tortilla. Once it starts to harden at the bottom, you should be able to move it and
Okay.
like, flip it.
Gotcha.
Yep. And if you don't want to flip it with your hand, like could just watch this off and we could use this.
We gotta go full.
You gotta go
All
full
the
on.
way.
Does anybody have the fire extinguisher and band-aids ready? 'Cause-
Oh, I might have added way too much dough.
Yeah, you may have. You can just like tear it off, it should easily come off.
Okay.
Usually this process is faster. Once it's cooked at the bottom, I've also never made a tortilla on the surface, so I just hope it's good. Can I flip yours?
Yeah. If it stays together. So it
yeah,
just needs
definitely
more
needed more
water.
water,
Okay.
but you're good. You should be good now. So mine should be good. There are hots.
Yay.
Which, fun fact, if you are ever in Mexico and they give you a tortilla, this is how you know you're Mexican. We cool them off like this. It is fun to do.
First tortilla.
You guys are more than welcome to make y'all. And you go ahead. I don't want you to just be standing.
No.
It's okay. We'll just make it round. Just like press it down. You'll have the quesadilla shaped one. I was gonna bring queso Oaxaca, which is a cheese from a city called Oaxaca. And they're very famous for the cheese because they developed this cheese specifically to be like the Mexican mozzarella.
Ooh.
But I couldn't find it. Yep. You did it, you did it. Yay!
Go Katie.
Look at it's perfect.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's literally perfectly round. And it's not like dry.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you helped me add the extra water.
Okay, so you want to try flipping your tortilla by now, Katie, because we don't want it to burn.
Oh.
We're gonna flip it around 3 times. There you go. Look
Sweet.
at you. Are you interested in cooking tortillas for my family? Because you make good ones.
Oh, you think? Oh my
You-
gosh.
You make good
no.
ones too. I'm not putting you down.
Katie's the MVP.
Do you want to flip yours? Because if it starts smoking, then it's ready on your side.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. Ooh.
And advice, when you take yours off, don't be like me, because I like to take the tortilla off and then do this process while my hand burns. Just do that, and then put the tortilla in.
Gotcha. So should I flip this one because it's smoking?
If it moves, then you're capable of flipping it over. And that's the secret. Tortillas go back to like the Aztecs. The Aztecs actually made corn, and this Roma tomato was invented in Mexico, and so were the avocados you eat. All of that originated in Mexico about at least 7,000 years ago. So if you ask a Mexican about like corn or like pride, they're gonna go off. They're gonna be like, corn, that's our thing.
It's already simmering pretty hard, so it's gonna boil in very soon.
How do you know when it's like completely done? It's like Katie's, is that done?
I think this is very good. I like it. Can I cover it?
Yep, cover it.
It boils fast.
It does.
Yeah.
Yours? This is yours?
Yes.
You're doing very well. See how the adding a little more water help? It's
It lifts
floating
up.
up. And you don't want yours to burn. So when you start seeing like these little orange spots on the
Flip it
sides, that's when you know you've done good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
It's bubbling.
It's bubbling. When we take it off, this is how my mom showed me because I used to break tortillas like all the time. Let it rip. No. Why are you sticking? On this edge of your hand.
Okay.
And you might not want to burn yourself, which is why you're putting it down like that, because I used to do that like all the
Yeah.
time. But you want to, oh, sorry. Lay it down like a blanket. Okay, I think this is good. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So I'm going to disconnect this from here.
So we put all that in the blender.
We do put all that in the
You
blender.
have to wait till it cools, or do you do it while it's hot?
And again, I'd like you to stand back just in case, because there's a saying in Spanish, el diablo es puerco, the devil is a pig, meaning anything can happen. So be careful. It's not leaking.
It's
is it?
screwed on right, isn't it? Yep, screwed on tight.
just
Okay.
making sure. Y porque ya los puerco.
Okay. It's
It
coming
is
in.
not. It is not screwed in tight.
Careful.
Okay. Should I clean the inside of that first?
I would just finish what you need to do because it's
Okay.
probably going to keep doing that. It started doing that last time I made smoothies, and I thought it was because I was working with carbonated stuff, but maybe the seal on the blender is just failing. I'm not sure.
Time cool because we are going to season it. Now this is what we like make at home. It's not exactly what we make. We're gonna set this on. Okay. So, and you're more than welcome to season it.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a little bit of cilantro.
Okay.
Fun fact about cilantro: most of the flavor is packed in the stem.
Oh, I was trying to not get this done. Okay.
Yeah, you can just. I'm gonna put a little pepper in here.
Is that good? Or probably more.
Yeah, just put that in here.
Sticking to me. Oops.
Little bit of salt and a little bit of aroma. I'd say put like
Okay. I just want to come investigate. Y'all
Ooh,
have
it
fun.
smells good.
just a little more cilantro.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
Can you tell them a little bit more about the adobo?
Oh, the adobo. Okay, so this is like very popular across like Latin America, Caribbean America. Goya is a very popular brand. They've got adobo, which is an all-purpose seasoning. And there's tortilla on my hands. It's not dirty. And it just has salt, garlic, black pepper, oregano, and turmeric. And you can add this to little dishes. This is more like a personal touch. It's not really how traditional salsa is, but yeah. We're gonna put it in this NutriBullet. Hope it doesn't blow up.
Delicious. 10 out of 10.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anna, for coming and teaching us.
Thank you for letting me come in.
And your final words of advice?
Have fun in the kitchen and don't be afraid to burn yourself. It happens. That's how you learn.
I hope you had fun learning something new in the kitchen today, and this is actually the last in the kitchen for the summer, and we will see you again in September. So enjoy the rest of your summer. Bye.